personally. But our detractors say, we aren't talking about immigrants. We love immigrants. We're only talking about illegal immigrants. But most Latinos aren't immigrants, but you can't tell just by looking at us. More than 80% of Hispanics in this country are US citizens or legal residents. But the truth is, Hispanics understand that this issue is about all of us. When demonstrators in Arizona put on surgical masks whenever a Latino walks by because they think we carry tuberculosis, it's personal. When Lou Dobbs trumps up false statistics tying immigrants to a steep rise in leprosy, it's personal. When your 10-year-old nephew, who was born in Kansas and a second-generation American, is told by a schoolmate, he's 10 years old, Mexicans are stupid, and I think you should go back to Mexico. It's personal. When friends and neighbors get pulled over and asked for immigration papers, and sometimes are detained for hours, even though their families have been in this country for generations, it's personal. And you don't have to be an immigrant to be horrified that 13,000 American children have been separated from a parent by immigration raids. You don't have to be an immigrant to know that those shouting amnesty have left mass deportation as the only solution remaining on the table. How much will it cost to deport 12 million people? How many additional police will we need? How many federal judges, prisons, and federal courts? How many US citizens of color or with an accent will be picked up in such a massive sweep? How many boxcars will it take to move them to our border? You don't have to be an immigrant to know that such solutions are really not solutions. Perhaps some of those crying loudest about amnesty really don't want a solution at all. Which brings me back to immigration as the campaign wedge issue for 2008. 4 months ago, conventional wisdom pushed Rudy Giuliani and Mitt Romney to spar on national television over who was tougher on undocumented immigrants. A moment so captivating that even Tom Tancredo stood back with pride and said they were trying to out Tom Tancredo. 3 months ago, conventional wisdom led 49 Democrats to support a deportation-only bill in fear of what Rahm Emanuel called the third rail of American politics. 2 months ago, conventional wisdom held that immigration would be the winning issue in the special election being held in Illinois. But what do the results show? The results show that such conventional wisdom could not have been more misguided. Anti-immigration campaigns have, for the most part, failed. Immigration as a wedge issue does not deliver the votes. Most of those running anti-immigration campaigns lost their elections in 2006 and 2007. The presidential candidates who adopted hardline positions on immigration have all been pushed out of the race. Just recently, a safe Republican district in Illinois went to Democrat Bill Foster over his opponent, Jim Oberweis, who mounted a largely anti-immigrant campaign. His loss prompted John McCain to caution his own party. "We just had a loss of Denny Hastert's seat," he said. The Republican candidate had very strong anti-immigrant rhetoric, so I would hope that many of our Republican candidates would understand the political practicalities of this issue. So clearly, when it comes to immigration, conventional wisdom has gotten it wrong. Simply put, as we say in Kansas, that dog won't hunt. Why is it then that 1 month ago, after Senator McCain had secured the nomination, conventional wisdom prompted a group of Republican senators to introduce a raft of punitive immigration bills in the Senate? Why is it that another group in the House has fought to resurrect the Schuler-Tancredo deportation-only legislation? Why is it that 1,400 state and local initiatives have been introduced in the last year compared to 1,300 in the last 10 years? The answer is all of these actions are clearly designed to exploit the issue for the elections this fall. All of these initiatives do not account, though, for one simple dynamic. This issue not only fails to move the general public, it galvanizes the Latino vote. It's easy to understand how this could happen. The best political teams on television have so few Latinos in front of the cameras, who could know how Latinos might react? Make no mistake, the Latino vote matters. And after this election, it will matter more. Latinos were the deciding factor in the Florida primary for John McCain. They helped him take the lead amongst Republicans. He won 54% of the Latino vote in a crowded field. Hispanics were the decisive factor for Hillary Clinton in New York and California and gave her new life in her candidacy in the Texas primary. She carried approximately 2/3 of the Hispanic vote in that state. In 1996, 4.9 million Hispanics voted. In 2008, with an energized electorate, that number could double to 10 million. More importantly, Hispanics constitute a large share of the electorate in 4 states that President Bush carried by margins of 5 percentage points or less: New Mexico, Florida, Nevada, and Colorado. We know that the Latino vote will be the deciding factor in who is elected president this November. Given the importance of this election at all levels, we have launched several new major initiatives to improve Latino participation in this year's election, including our partnerships with Democracia USA and the Ya Es Hora campaign, all designed to further engage the Latinos in this election year. Just as Latinos have had a significant role in selecting the candidates for president in both parties, we hope to elect a Senate, a House, state governors, and legislators who will show courage and leadership in taking hate out of the debate. Hispanic voters have spoken loudly and clearly that we will not be demonized, we will not be scapegoated, and we will not be ignored. But we cannot and should not do it alone. Poll after poll shows that Americans favor solutions that require people to come out of the shadows, require them to pay a fine for entering this country without documents, and require them to learn English and pay taxes in order to become citizens. Those American voices, however, are being drowned out by a small but extremely vocal and persistent grassroots network. In short, there is a bully in the room, and all of us need to stand up to him if we are going to live up to this country's best ideals and aspirations. 2 years ago, the Latino community held some of the largest peaceful demonstration in U.S. history. To our community, it proved that each of us is not alone. It gave us confidence to stand up to the voices of hate. It gave us hope. But this time, there's only one march that will truly empower our community. There's only one march that will demonstrate our clout. There's only one march that will speak louder than all the voices of hate that are mobilized against us. Our next march is to the voting booth this November. I ask all Americans to join us in that march this year to oppose the voices of hate, to reject the politics of division, and to support those who are serious about finding legitimate issues to this complex problem. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.